On a background of blue and black, a gold sound wave stretches from left to right. At right, a stylized AD logo. In gold, 2021 Audio Description Awards Gala, presented by American Council of the Blind. In the top right corner, a clock counts down from 2 minutes. Next, a screen appears within the screen. Excerpts from audio-described film and video.
Night. The rippling waters of Hogwarts Lake are surrounded by dark mountains. On the far side, a white marble tomb on a tiny island. A large marble block slides back, and 2 supports beneath it tumble away. The Dark Lord Voldemort leans down into the tomb. He gazes at the black Elder Wand in his hand and thrusts up his arm. A massive force of energy shoots from the tip of the wand, illuminating the dark sky.
A carrot-nosed, coal-eyed snowman shuffles up to a purple flower peeping out of deep snow.
Ooh, hello.
He takes a deep sniff. His nose lands on a frozen pond.
Ernie holds a banana in his ear. Telly does an Egyptian dance. A woman claps while puppets sway. Zoe dances with a boy and girl. A man sits at a piano and squeezes a rubber ducky.
From a cockpit, the port of San Francisco and Oakland Bay Bridge appear below, then a montage of landscapes, including Arizona's Meteor Crater.
Stevie leans close to a gold-tipped microphone as he plays. A teen on the front steps turns his head sharply. At the party, women struck by smiling and a boy in the hall listens by an air vent.
Welcome, everyone, to the American Council of the Blind's Audio Description Inaugural Gala. That means it's the first of more celebrations to come. We're celebrating the advocacy, the work that went into the passing of the CVAA, or the 21st Century Communications and Video Accessibility Act, the negotiations with broadcasters and streaming companies. And I'm also talking to you. Remember that time you called your local cable company because your AD wasn't working? Or all of the times you had to leave the theater because they gave you the wrong device or they failed to set it up? The emails, the phone calls, the social media posts. Allow me to salute all of you beautiful advocates. My name is Thomas Reid, and I'm your host for this celebration. Not only because I know how to rock a party, but also I've been thinking and talking about audio description on my podcast, Read My Mind Radio. And by the way, that's R to the E-I-D,
and that's me in a place
like my last name. Most importantly though, you should know I'm a blind consumer of audio description. In fact, I'm also an audio description narrator. That's right. Blind people have been involved with this since its inception, and we continue to do so in any capacity we see fit. You know, I failed to give my own image description, but let's bring in our narrator to do that.
Thomas, a brown-skinned African-American man, leans back with his chin up and a slight grin. Dressed in a white button-up shirt, he has a clean-shaven head. He wears dark shades and has a trim beard. He wants me to say it's luxurious.
Hey, I can hear you. I'll take it from here. I'm seated in my state-of-the-art vocal booth.
It's his closet.
Okay, fine. But isn't that what we do? We make the most out of what we have. We continue to build along the journey and make it better. Similarly, audio description continues to evolve and grow. That's in quantity and quality. Assuring everyone on screen is seen as in race, skin color, and disability, all identities, making AD available in multiple languages. Tonight, we celebrate, but we know we have some ways to go. Helping us get there is ACB's Audio Description Project. We'll learn more in a moment about the ADP, and then we'll jump into the celebration. While we celebrate, we can also help make sure that we continue to do the work of advocating and promoting audio description. You can help by visiting and donating adawardsgala.org. See, I'm wearing multiple hats tonight, and one of those is fundraiser. But like you, I'm here to celebrate. Yeah, I'm in my closet, but that just means my wardrobe changes are going to be that much easier. No, I'm serious. I'm changing outfits, and you should expect nothing less from your host. Now, I'd like to introduce President of the American Council of the Blind, Dan Spoon, and Chair of the Audio Description Gala, straight out of the Be My Eyes app, Will Butler.
On a split screen, Will on left, Dan on right.
Welcome to the Audio Description Awards Gala, presented by the American Council of the Blind. It's exciting to see us finally get to the point where we're enjoying the experience and the accomplishments of audio description. I'd now like to turn it over to Will Butler to tell us a little bit about the gala this evening.
Thanks, Dan. And on behalf of the volunteer committee that's been working hard for several months to make this event happen and make it as great as possible, I can say we have an amazing program ahead. We're going to be hearing from some of the leading voices in audio description and honoring the creators, consumers, and the allies who have made audio description a thing. And as a consumer of audio description myself, I can say that it is extremely important to blind and low vision people to have this in our entertainment. Isn't that right, Dan?
You are so right, Will. It's personal for us. I know my wife and I are both blind, and I can still remember back in 2012 where we got to actually go to a movie theater and get headsets and go experience audio description with all the members of our community. It wasn't a real romantic movie. It was Lincoln. It's produced by Steven Spielberg. But I'm telling you, at the end of that movie, Leslie and I had tears rolling down our cheeks. We were holding hands. We just could not get enough of it because for the first time, we were getting to enjoy what everyone enjoys, which is the full experience of cinema. And I'll never forget that. And I think this is really a wonderful opportunity for us to talk about the innovations that are coming down the path in 2021.
That's right. And in 2021, I think audio description is no longer just a nice to have. It's a right that blind and low vision people expect from their entertainment. So tonight we're going to be honoring all of those, the actors, distributors, platforms, and everyone who has played their part in getting audio description into the ears of the people who want and need it most. So without further ado, we hope you all enjoy the program tonight. Sit back and relax. And thanks to the ACB for supporting audio description for so many years.
Enjoy the show.
Thanks, Will and Dan. And like every good show, there's a beginning. So let's find out where it all began. Please welcome Dr. Joel Snyder,
President, Audio Description Associates, LLC.
Greetings, this is Dr. Joel Snyder, founder and senior consultant to the Audio Description Project of the American Council of the Blind. You know, the mission of our Audio Description Project is to promote and advocate for the use of high-quality audio description in television and movies, but also performing arts, museums, educational materials, and other venues, wherever the presentation of visual media is critical to the understanding and appreciation of the content. We have a range of activities. They include biennial audio description project conferences. People from all over the world join us. We do at least 2 a year audio description institutes, describer training. We give audio description achievement awards in the spectrum of areas where audio description happens: performing arts, museums, video as well, but also research and development. We have our website, which is the go-to place for information about audio description: https://adp.acb.org. We have a wonderful contest too that we have for blind kids who write reviews of described media. Helps build literacy on their part and spread the word about description. Indeed, I was proud to have in 2014 have the ADP publish my book, The Visual Made Verbal, a comprehensive training manual and guide to the history and applications of audio description. It's available in Braille, as in screen reader formats, as an audio book in a number of different languages. In fact, Spanish is coming out later this year in collaboration with the World Blind Union. We're working on certification of audio describers with the Academy for Certification of Vision Rehabilitation and Education Professionals, ACB REP. Stay tuned for that. We're working with the World Blind Union. We produced a report based on a landmark survey of member nations regarding the state of audio description throughout the world. And we have a range of special initiatives, including the first ever audio described tour of the White House. And we've collaborated over the last decade with ABC Television to provide audio description of the presidential inaugurals. So that's a little bit about ACB's audio description project. We are delighted to be a part of the first ever audio description gala.
Thanks, Joel. We're fortunate to have as a guest later this evening, Kim Charlson, past president of ACB and co-chair of the Audio Description Project. Also, one of the first testers of audio description for television. The following clip is courtesy of WGBH in Boston.
Kim wearing sunglasses, seated at a marina. A news headline: WGBH has television for the blind. Video excerpts.
When I moved to Massachusetts in 1985, I became connected with a lot of the organizations around the area, and one of them was WGBH. I was approached by WGBH to help test a new service called Descriptive Video Service. They had a pilot test to see what the blind community would think. We got together as a group of about 25 people and watched a program.
A star explodes into a cloud of pink and purple gas. In the middle of the cloud, the word NOVA appears in black capital letters.
It was a NOVA program with description, interspersed in the pauses of the dialogue, telling us what was happening. When the show was over, we all sat there totally silent for about 10 seconds, because we just couldn't believe that we had sat through a television program and we actually understood what had happened. Who would have thought that making television accessible for people who are blind and visually impaired was something that a major television station would even be interested in doing?
Barry Cronin, National Center for Accessible Media.
Hi, this is Joel Snyder again. I was honored to chair the Audio Description Gala Awards Committee, and an award for Barry and naming our awards after him. No-brainer. This is the big one. This is the very award that is the namesake of all to come. We're technically calling this one the Barry Award. We're designating it for Barry Cronin as Outstanding AD Visionary. Barry Cronin, he's had numerous awards for his work in accessible media. We're not the first to come along, including an Emmy Award for the development of the descriptive video service. Folks, I am honored to have known Barry and worked with him for almost 4 decades. It is a special privilege to present Barry with our first ever Barry Award for his contribution to media accessibility, our own AD visionary, recognizing his work on behalf of people who are blind. or have low vision. Barry?
Believe it or not, you've made me speechless. I'm overwhelmed. This award and contact with you folks has certainly brought all these memories back. And I remember, but I remembered as a kid growing up in the Bronx in New York in the 50s, black and white television, and bowling was a regular, live bowling was a regular feature. And there was an announcer who sat behind the bowler. He was called Whispering Smith. I remember this. And he would whisper into a microphone and describe what was happening, like a radio and sports announcer. But he would be, and he got up and he's now taking four-step approach. He releases the ball and so on. And I thought, well, that's cool. I went home and tried to watch television with my eyes closed. And I thought, well, I missed a lot of stuff. Wasn't sure what was happening. And I thought, well, I wonder if we could use this SAP channel to tell people. I had this vision, and it was you guys, particularly Margaret and Cody and you, Joel, that kind of introduced me to the whole world. Audio description has been one of my, just to see how it's grown, to watch how you folks have taken this beyond what I could possibly imagine. It is international. It's amazing to see how much there is available and how it's growing. That's exciting. That's the best part.
Well, it's wonderful to see you again, Barry, and to have you accept this award and acknowledge everything you've done for media accessibility.
Thank you again, Joel, and ACB and everybody involved.
On a background of blue and black, in gold, Outstanding AD Visionary. Below, a stylized AD logo and a gold sound wave stretches from left to right. Carl Richardson, co-chair Audio Description Project.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carl Richardson, and I am the co-chair of the Audio Description Project for the American Council of the Blind, along with my friend and colleague, Kim Charlton, who you will hear from later. Barry, I want to be the first to congratulate you on your well-deserved award. While I never had the opportunity to work with you while I was at WGBH's Media Access Group, I was reminded of your dedication and commitment to accessibility and audio description as I passed the Emmy on the wall every single day. And I can't thank you for the impact you had on the lives of the blind and visually impaired community. I would also be remiss if we did not take the time to thank the Television Academy for the inclusion of voiceover talent and audio description narrators in their membership who now have voting privileges, and hope this is a sign of good things to come. Now it is my privilege and honor to announce Roy Samuelson, who will kick off the award portion of the ceremony by giving the award to our first recipient and its parent company, who has shown great dedication to audio description and accessibility and has even gone far back as 1928 in audio describing their back catalog. It is my pleasure to introduce Roy Samuelson. Go ahead and kick it off, Roy.
Voice actor in his recording booth.
I'm Roy Samuelson, a tall white man wearing a blue button-down shirt over a black t-shirt. When I first proposed a gala to the ACB last year, I never imagined how far we would have traveled together since then. There remains a long road ahead for sure, but the distance already traveled is in large part due to the shared commitment of everyone participating in this event today. I'm heartened by all those who push for parity. This award for Outstanding Achievement in AD Impact for Live Events recognizes a company that has built a foundation for audio description excellence, and emphasizing that foundation leads to the honors so richly deserved. Specifically, Disney launched its Disney Plus streaming service with audio description from the very first day of its existence. Then, Disney undertook an ongoing commitment to retroactively add audio description to their extensive back catalog, going back to the late 1920s. This includes such classic animated features as Snow White, Dumbo, Cinderella, Steamboat Willie, numerous Pixar shorts, and countless Disney videos. Even the trailers and extras or bonus materials featured on the Disney Plus platform include audio description. How awesome is that? not only for fans with low vision, but for this inclusive and storied brand that, by dint of its thoughtful decision-making, is able to enhance and benefit from its relationship with the more than 30 million blind and low vision audience members in our country. As I noted during my speech at last year's ACB convention, any element of audio description, writing, casting, voice talent, placement, editing, mixing, or quality control, any of these can make or break the immersive experience for our audience. Disney continues to dedicate itself to the high standards for which its content has always been renowned. In recognizing the importance of the full audio description workflow and the process now known as Kevin's Way, Disney and other entertainment and media brands are supporting the obvious notion that we must all protect the creative intent as well as the audience experience thereof. And this means we must ensure the highest standards of audio description. Disney continues to elevate audio description quality and excellence, giving our audience an immersive experience in parity to sighted audiences' experiences, and thereby connecting their audience where others continue to unwittingly divide. Giving credit where credit is due, Mirka Pavlikova's tireless outreach to our blind and low vision audiences, including active engagement in the audio description discussion Facebook group, is worthy of particular note and attention. Mirka's personal engagement represents yet another first for a streaming service, asking audiences what titles they would like to see integrating audio description. Such a simple act with such profound ramifications, creative and social. And Disney's ABC was the first to pass AD through their mobile app. And with that impact of engagement, this award recognizes ABC, a part of Disney, for their Oscars telecast, for hiring blind influencers to engage with our audio description audiences in real time, which directly gave feedback for the live announcers. Not only did ABC provide AD for the pre, post, and award show, they crowdsourced with social media hashtags so that audiences could be involved in providing live feedback during the event, shaping the description as it happened. Additionally, ABC provided AD for the last 3 presidential inaugurals. ABC is a part of Disney, clearly a leader in streaming AD. Disney values such as optimism, innovation, decency, quality, community, and storytelling. These are all modeled with the audio description contributions from Disney, raising the bar and demonstrating a standard to which all other brands can and should aspire. For these notable and other quiet but powerful contributions, it's an honor for me to present Disney ABC with this inaugural award, Outstanding Achievement in AD Impact for Live Events.
On a background of blue and black in gold, Outstanding Achievement in AD Impact for Live Events. Below, a stylized AD logo and a gold soundwave stretches from left to right. Film excerpts.
Dre slows and topples to the street, clutching his leg. Bo dashes through the finish line.
Ain't nothing wrong with you. I heard something pop. I think it was my ACL. I think it was all my CLs. Somebody call a doctor.
Oh my God, come on.
Mom, not her.
Yeah.
Bo struts with an American flag held high.
Oh, hello.
A gold Oscar statue. A hand grabs it. Words appear. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences presents the 93rd Oscars.
Simran Sethi, EVP.
On behalf of ABC Entertainment, it is my privilege to accept this award. I want to thank everyone associated with the American Council of the Blind for this important recognition. As the premier advocacy group for the blind and visually impaired community, the ACB is a great champion for accessibility and equality. By working together, we can ensure that all our shows and live events have the highest quality of audio description, and we're very grateful that we've been able to form such a productive partnership. At ABC, we believe that the shows we produce and the stories we tell have the power to shape society and to transform lives. We also know that our audiences experience these stories and events in many different ways. We're proud to provide new technologies and new innovations that help everyone participate in the stories we share. This dedication to inclusion and accessibility is not new. They are core values that have long been at the heart of everything we do, and that makes us who we are. Like the American Council of the Blind, we are committed to the visually impaired community, and we believe that every member of our audience deserves the opportunity to enjoy the very best shows, the very best stories, and the very best experiences. We're very grateful that the American Council of the Blind is a prominent partner in making that happen. So on behalf of the Walt Disney Company and ABC Entertainment, I thank you for this award. And we also thank you for everything you do to support the blind and visually impaired community each and every day. Thank you.
A good reminder indeed. Check out adawardsgala.org to see how you can further support tonight's event. And now, to present our next award, please welcome audio description narrator and voice talent, Satona Howre. And for the Netflix series Daredevil, please welcome Daredevil himself, Charlie Cox.
A split screen, Satana at left, Charlie at right.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Satana.
Hi, Charlie. So good to be here.
Yeah, likewise. You know, when we were making Daredevil, I spoke to so many members of the blind and low vision community. And it became apparent to me how excited they were about the show and therefore how important it was that this show in particular had audio description. So I personally was immensely proud when Netflix made Daredevil the first show to have audio description, to offer that. And then going forward to note that they now have over 1,600 shows that offer that service.
I know, it's pretty awesome. And it's really cool, too, that they've ensured that their apps are accessible as well, because it's all well and good to describe the content. But as a person who is blind, I want to be able to easily access it. And Netflix makes it easy. And I have voiced like 9 seasons of Seinfeld, which, of course, is an
Very
older
cool.
show. And yet Netflix is committed to using human talent to narrate and mix their described content, which I very much appreciate. And they also allow for transparency. They let narrators at the end of shows say the company that described it and who wrote it and who
Right.
voiced it and all of that kind of important stuff. So it's very cool.
Very cool. So with that in mind, it is our great pleasure to honor Netflix with the AD Game Changer Award.
Congrats, Netflix.
Congratulations, Netflix.
On a background of blue and black, in gold, AD Game Changer. Below, a stylized AD logo and a gold sound wave stretches from left to right. An excerpt from Daredevil.
Pressing a thumb to his palm, he walks to the phone, pausing, his brow arched and lips slightly open. The security camera light blinks behind him.
Hello, I'm Heather Dowdy. I'm a brown-skinned African-American woman with dark shoulder-length hair wearing a blue dress with gold and orange jewelry and purple lipstick. As the Director of Accessibility at Netflix and on behalf of all my colleagues, I want to thank the American Council of the Blind for this amazing honor. At Netflix, we believe incredible stories should be enjoyed by everyone. We recognize the importance of representation on screen and of the accessibility of our service. We are committed to not only providing access to our content with features like audio description, but also to constantly improving the narration and style of AD to delight our members with vision disabilities. That's why we support many thousands of hours of audio description on Netflix globally in over 30 languages. Has anyone watched Seinfeld with AD lately? It's been amazing to see how far the industry has come in making entertainment more accessible than before. But we know there is more to be accomplished. We're really excited to continue this journey, and we're deeply appreciative of this special recognition.
Congratulations, Netflix. And thank you, Satana and Charlie. In my book, that's 2 blind superheroes right there. The party's just getting started. We have some exciting guests, including a very special, and I mean special guest. But first, presenting our next award, please welcome educator and advocate, Conchita Hernandez Legarreta.
A red carpet background.
Muchas gracias. La audiodescripción ha hecho avances en inglés y en español. Todos merecemos acceso a la descripción en el idioma que sea. Nuestro ganador para la categoría Contribución espectacular en accesibilidad internacional es Canal 22 Internacional, un canal de televisión por cable en español que transmite en los Estados Unidos, transmitiendo bloques organizados de programación con audiodescripción. Hacen esfuerzos para apoyar a la audiodescripción en español desde sus oficinas en México. No solo eso, sino que alientan a los creadores en los medios a incluir la audiodescripción en cada iniciativa y campo. Gracias por hacer la inclusión una realidad en español. Felicidades. Thank you. Audio description has made advances in English and in Spanish. We all deserve quality audio description that is in our language. The winner for Outstanding International Accessibility Contribution is Canal 22 International, a Spanish language cable TV channel broadcasting in the US, airing organized blocks of programming with audio description. They make efforts to support audio description in Spanish from their offices in Mexico. Not only that, but they encourage creators and media to include audio description in every initiative and field. Thank you for making audio description a reality in Spanish. Felicidades, Canal 22 Internacional.
On a background of blue and black, in gold, Outstanding International Accessibility Contribution. Below, the AD logo. Subtitles, scenes from an indigenous dance. A laying down Katrina and couples dancing. People walking on the Brooklyn Bridge on a sunny day. It's time! My TV show started already! He steps out and sees a trap with a slice of cheese. A trampoline! He jumps over the trampoline and lands on a table. I'm so tired. He sits next to some cookies. An old lady sleeps on a rocking chair. Maria Genoveva Eugenia. It's me. You don't know who I am? I'm Luis Enrique de los Olmos. Requeson's belly is huge. I'm finally back, Genoveva, but you must know something. Oh, no! I just came back to tell you that I have to leave again. Requeson eats the last cookie. He's paunchy. A mouse! The old lady grabs a broom. Video on left, a signer on right. In Canal 22, we are inclusive, and we advocate for audio-visual accessibility. Canal 22 México, el canal cultural de México en los EEUU. Graphic shapes in varied colors float.
Good evening. My name is Orisa Castellanos, Director of Canal 22 Internacional. I want to begin by thanking the organizer and by acknowledging all the nominees. I would also like to offer my sincere thanks to the U.S. Department of Education, who have generously granted us the funds to implement our program. I am very pleased to accept this award on behalf of the Ministry of Culture of Mexico and Armando Casas, filmmaker and General Director of Canal 22. So, what is Canal 22?
Video clips.
We are an ethnic, niche, Mexican public channel in the United States. Our objective is to broadcast the highest artistic and cultural expression of Mexico and the world. It is our aim to appeal to anyone who has an interest in Mexican culture and the Spanish language. At this point, I have a confession to make. I am a TV junkie, and until I took the first step into the exciting world of audiovisual accessibility, I never questioned what it would be like not to be able to sit back and enjoy Game of Thrones, The Crown, or even Modern Family. That was my wake-up call, one that has given me a unique perspective on the needs of the blind, which has led me on this wonderful journey of discovery. This award will allow us to pursue our mission of being inclusive, improve the televisual experience for everyone, and continue the fight for the rights of the blind community. To finish, it only remains for me to touch my chin with an open right hand, fingers together and palm facing me, and then extend my hand towards you while smiling, which means thank you in sign language.
Canal 22 México, el canal cultural de México en los EEUU. A series of international clips. Did you know? Over 70 countries worldwide provide audio description, including the following nations: Argentina, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Benin, Bhutan, Brazil, Bulgaria, Burkina Faso, Canada, Colombia, Costa Rica, Croatia, Cuba, Czech Republic, Denmark, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Eritrea, Estonia, Fiji, France, Germany, Haiti, Honduras, Hong Kong, Iceland, India, Indonesia, Israel, Italy, Japan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Mauritania, Mexico, Moldova, Mongolia, Montenegro, Morocco, Mozambique, Nepal, Netherlands, New Guinea, New Zealand, Paraguay, Philippines, Peru, Republic of Central Africa, Russia, Rwanda, San Salvador, Sao Tome and Principe, Slovakia, Slovenia, South Africa, South Sudan, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sweden, Switzerland, Tanzania, Thailand, Togo, Uganda, UK, Uruguay, United States, Zanzibar. Thanks to all our partner organizations and advocates helping to expand AD around the world. Tony Stevens in black tie.
Hi, I'm Tony Stevens, Director of Development for the American Council of the Blind. I wanted to take a moment this evening to say thank you. Special thanks to all of our corporate and individual contributors who have helped make tonight an enormous success. We would not be here without your support. So go to adawardsgala.org to learn more about the Audio Description Project and to find out ways that you can help support the expansion of audio description. We also wanted to take a moment to thank groups like the Audio Description Network Alliance, who is bringing together audio description professionals and working with advocates in industry to help improve the quality and increase the quantity of audio described content. So follow us tonight on Instagram and Twitter at AD Awards Gala, as we're giving shout outs to everybody that's helping to contribute to make tonight a success. And find out more about this event and what's in store for next year at adawardsgala.org. But for now, let's get back into the programming. We got a lot of great stuff ahead. Congratulations to everyone, and have a wonderful and safe rest of your night. Be well and take care.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Thomas Reid, and you're watching the inaugural ACB Audio Description Awards Gala. And a very special thanks to our sponsors.
On a background of blue and black, in gold at the top of the screen, Silver Star sponsor. Below, a logo for Warner Media and Comcast NBC Universal. Below that, Bronze Star sponsor, with logos for Spectrum, American Printing House, and Viacom CBS Streaming.
Now, here to present our next award, please welcome ACB Executive Director, Eric Bridges.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. Hope everybody's enjoying their evening watching this fantastic gala. I'm here tonight to honor a company that has done something rather remarkable in providing audio description through an app that is able to sync with movies and TV shows. It's the first of its kind. I've had the honor of working with this company for the last 5 years as they have gone on an accessibility journey that has brought them to the place where we are honoring Spectrum, and specifically Spectrum Access this evening, for our Outstanding Achievement in Audio Description Innovation Award. Congratulations.
On a background of blue and black, in gold, Outstanding Achievement in AD Innovation. Below, a stylized AD logo and a gold sound wave stretches from left to right. A film excerpt.
We see a vast desert of sand with distant hazy mountains. On a dusty road, a black car travels at speed. A man walks to the top of a large dune. He turns his head. Behind him, a band of armored vehicles waits to spring a trap.
Oh, he's in trouble.
At Spectrum, we think nothing beats movie night.
The man gives the signal to attack.
So the Spectrum Access app gives the visually impaired audio description on their phone, so nobody misses a thing.
Spectrum, think forward. Spectrum.com/Spectrum Access.
Hi, I'm Peter Kuchirave, Senior Manager with Spectrum's Accessibility Center of Excellence, and I'm also the product owner for the Spectrum Access app. We are incredibly grateful to be receiving the Audio Description Barry Award during this groundbreaking inaugural year. When our accessibility team was established just a few years ago, we set out with a goal to create great user experiences for our customers with disabilities, and we made huge strides in a very short period of time. Later, we elected to push ourselves even further. It was time to be innovators, and the Spectrum Access app was the first of our accessibility team's innovation explorations. It all began with Star Wars. It was May the 4th, and a few of my coworkers were having a May the 4th be with you party. I was invited, but I insisted on audio description. Well, the journey to discovering audio description for one of the most iconic films proved to be impossible, and so the brainstorming began, which led to the discovery of ActiveView and the development of what is now known as Spectrum Access. Knowing the scarcity of audio description, we not only wanted to create more availability of audio description, but a flexibility in the way that it's retrieved.
A Spectrum Access demo.
And while Spectrum Access can be used by a Spectrum customer in combination with their Spectrum services, for instance, on demand, we thought it too great to limit its access, forgive the pun. So we developed the app to be unauthenticated and available to anyone in the United States for free. The app originally had a later launch date, but early in the pandemic, we knew that the lockdowns were going to keep people at home, and availability for accessible entertainment was all the more important. So we got to work, and as if by fate, the app launched on May the 4th, 2020, 6 months ahead of its scheduled launch date.
Photo portraits.
This wouldn't be possible without the support of our leadership. Peter Brown, our group vice president, who was a champion for the project from the start, and ongoing support from our vice president of accessibility, Steve Raymond. And of course, our network partners, who provide us with the audio description tracks that make this app a success. NBC, CBS, Hallmark, Warner Media, In Demand, and of course, our Spectrum Originals. Thank you again to everyone who made this app a success and for this incredible award.
Congratulations, Peter. Hey, narrator, hit it.
Thomas grins and holds up his arms. He wears a long-sleeve gray dress shirt.
I told you I was changing wardrobe. Now, everyone, I need you to hold on tight because these next presenters are about to wear us out. Please welcome from NBC Sports, Ahmed Fareed, and 5-time Paralympian medal winner, Lex Gillette.
Fareed in an arena.
On behalf of NBC Sports, it has been our privilege to showcase over the years some of the greatest athletes on the planet. But tonight, I'm here to share with you something even more special. The company that has allowed us to call so many outstanding physical achievements is being recognized tonight for being a very special champion in the space of inclusive media. NBC has long committed itself to providing accessible media for audiences who are blind or visually impaired. Its move to describe live events such as theatrical performances and the Olympic Games has shared the wonder and beauty of humanity in a way that we can all understand. This year, I had a chance to serve as a commentator for the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, which were also audio described. The amazing talents of these athletes wasn't just something we got to see to believe, it was something we got to hear as well, thanks to our dedicated team of describers from Descriptive Video Works, Tony Ambrosio, Jeff Heck, Norma Jean Wick, and the NBC Olympics production team who worked to bring audio description home to blind viewers across the country. So, I'm humbled this evening to share in presenting this next award with one of those athletes who graced our world stage for the past 5 Paralympic Games. 5-time silver medal winner in track and field, Mr. Lex Gillette. Lex, who is blind, a long jumper, has soared into our hearts for the past 17 years. And I'm excited he's here tonight to help present this award with me. Lex, take it away.
Lex sports a backward-facing ball cap.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Lex Gillette, 5-time Paralympian and 5-time Paralympic medalist in the long jump. And I want you to sit back for a second and close your eyes and imagine yourself running as fast as you can without being able to see, running as fast as you can toward a sand pit and at the specific moment at the right time.
Photos of Lex long jumping.
You jump, you soar through the air, and you land in the sand. And that's the perfect lead in to this next award because NBC Universal has been giving us the ability to run, to jump, to soar into audio description. And I want to present NBC Universal with the Outstanding Achievement in Audio Description for Live Events, giving the blind and visually impaired the ability to see what's happening on the screen.
On a background of blue and black in gold, Outstanding Achievement in AD Impact for Live Events. Below, a stylized AD logo and a gold sound wave stretches from left to right. Excerpts from the Olympics ceremony.
The Mount Fuji opens, revealing a staircase up to the sphere atop it. Naomi wears long braids tinged with red. The stadium is dark now, but for some light emitting from inside Mount Fuji, the sphere on top opens in petal shapes, like a flower opening. The inside of the white sphere is reflective mirror-like panels.
Molly Solomon, NBC Olympics production.
Hello everyone, I'm Molly Solomon, and it's a pleasure to join you this evening and to celebrate the incredible work our industry is doing to improve experiences for the blind and visually impaired. On behalf of everyone at NBC Olympics, thank you for this award. And thank you to the ACB for their incredible partnership with our parent company, Comcast NBC Universal, as we bring the world's greatest events to the American audience. The ACB has been invaluable to our production of events like the Olympics and the upcoming Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade as we work to bring our fans audio descriptions. We look forward to continuing to work with the ACB, including on the 22 Winter Olympics in just a few short months. Thank you again.
So many moving stories tonight, and we wouldn't be here without you. Visit the website adawardsgala.org and check out how you can support. Tonight, we're celebrating the power of audio description. Don't just take my word for it. Here's a special guest from the set of Aquaman 2. Please welcome Jason Momoa.
Bearded with shoulder-length hair.
Hello everyone, I'm Jason Momoa, aka Aquaman, and I'm very excited to be here with you this evening for the inaugural celebration of the AD Awards Gala. I've been fortunate to take on the roles that bring people to magical places, whether it be in the kingdom beneath the sea on Aquaman, the vast plains of Essos and Game of Thrones, the far-off reaches of space in Dune, or the future Earth of Sea. And thanks to those leading the charge in accessible media, these spectacular worlds are brought alive for all the viewers. Audio description constitutes the final words of the script, and it reminds us that the beauty is not just in the eye of the beholder, but in the imagination of the listener. So join us this evening as we say thank you to those who work to make media more inclusive and to congratulate all those who help us better know a world that is not just seen, but also heard. Aloha.
He claps his hands together.
Shout out to my daughters, Rihanna and Raven. Daddy's hanging out with some real superheroes. And happy 18th birthday, Raven. And now, let's welcome some of Jason's family from the hit series C on Apple TV, Nesta Cooper and Christian Camargo.
A split screen, Nesta at left, Christian at right.
Good evening and hello. I'm Nesta Cooper. You may know me as Haniwa from Apple TV Plus's C.
And I'm Christian Camargo. I play the lovable, lighthearted, cuddly, sort of frisky Tamakti Jun, also on C. And we both know the importance of audio description and accessibility.
Yes, we do. About every single one of the takes on our set is audio described to one of our producers, Joe Stretchin.
And when Apple does accessibility, they do it right. And when they launched Apple TV Plus, it offered audio description in 9 languages for all original programming available worldwide.
Typically, when people watch shows with audio description, the sound changes to a lower quality during the audio description. So,
Sorry, Nesta, I can't hear you. What?
Can you hear?
No, your audio description?
Yeah, sometimes the quality just goes a little.
Yeah, I can't. Off. Oh, okay. That's
with Apple TV Plus, it keeps you in Dolby Atmos for experiencing the show like everyone else.
Because of this, and so much more, we are presenting this award to Apple.
Nesta applauds.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
On a background of blue and black, in gold, AD Game Changer. Below, a stylized AD logo and a gold sound wave stretches from left to right.
Apple TV Plus. Ted Lasso, English AD.
I believe you're holding a ticket for Raymond McIntyre.
Roy bares his teeth at a boy staring up at him. The boy beams.
Good to see you back, Reba.
The Morning Show, French Parisian AD.
Quel intérêt? Vous êtes là?
Chip regarde l'écran bouche bée. Cory sourit. Bradley et Alex se fixent.
C, Japanese AD.
殺したくはない。案ずるな。俺が殺す。
エドがババに向かって突進。ババを抱え上げる。エドを地面に組み伏せ、一回転して立ち上がるババ。
Sarah Herlinger, Senior Director, Global Accessibility Policy and Initiatives.
Hi, I'm Sarah Herlinger, and I'm honored to be accepting this award on Apple's behalf. I want to thank the American Council of the Blind for this incredible award. We are honored to be recognized for our work in this area. Apple has long believed that accessibility is a basic human right, and we are committed to ensuring that all of our products, services, and content are built to support everyone, including those with disabilities. In particular, when we launched Apple TV+, it was critical that all of our customers could share in the full storytelling experience, and that included the global blind community. Key to that commitment was expansive language support delivered through the incredibly immersive experience of Dolby Atmos. It takes many people working behind the scenes to ensure that all of our shows are audio described in anywhere from 9 to 22 languages every week. And so I'd like to thank not only our internal video operations team, but also our external global partners whose support is critical to what we do. Creating well-crafted AD is truly an art, and we are so grateful to the voice talent and dub teams on each and every project who bring these stories to life. Thank you again for this tremendous honor. We are overwhelmed by the love and support we've received from the community and couldn't be more proud of this award.
A man and woman, a film poster to their right.
Hi, I'm Kurt Warner.
And I'm Brenda Warner.
For years, we've been told our story would be an amazing movie. On Christmas Day, American Underdog opens in theaters everywhere.
Our hope is it will inspire everyone who experiences it. We're excited to let you know American Underdog will be audio described. Because of our son Zach, this was extremely important to us. You will understand fully when you experience American Underdog.
For now, we want to congratulate all the award recipients for the 2021 Audio Description Awards.
We celebrate the importance of this event, and we share the important message of supporting inclusive media for all.
And don't forget, American Underdog in theaters starting December 25th.
A dark-haired man.
Hey there, I'm Zachary Levi, and I am so excited to be a part of the film American Underdog, where I take on the role of the very inspiring Kurt Warner. His story shows us all how we can overcome our obstacles with the right support and have our dreams become reality. Tonight, we celebrate the reality of the dream of more inclusive media and those who have led the way. Audio Description invites the blind and low vision audiences to hear what so many others see, creating a more inclusive experience for all. So be sure to check out American Underdog on Christmas Day with Audio Description.
Hey, I hope you all are enjoying this as much as I am. So let's keep this rocking. To present our final award, please welcome back ADP co-chair, Kim Charlson.
Hello. Have you ever been watching television while lounging on the couch with your eyes closed, if you're a sighted person, and one of those commercials with music and no words begins to air? You say to yourself, okay, I wonder what this ad is for. You can open your eyes and see the images, but someone who is blind can't, and all they hear is music. Well, if companies would just add audio description, everyone would hear what the ad message was all about. People who are blind want to be included in the messaging around product advertising, believe it or not. Procter and Gamble understands the need to include all consumers in their advertisements. They set the standard across all of their brands, encouraging other companies to recognize they too should be doing audio description on their advertising. Having experienced that feeling of being left out and left behind when viewing advertising for things like the Super Bowl ads, kept me from being able to be a part of a shared conversation. We are waiting for other forward-thinking corporations to join Procter and Gamble in stepping forward and embracing the practice of diversity and inclusion in advertising. It demonstrates corporate inclusiveness and responsibility. Now it is truly my honor to recognize Procter and Gamble with this Barry Award as an audio description game changer for their tremendous leadership in the area of audio description in advertising. Congratulations to Sam Lateef and to all of her colleagues at Procter and Gamble for this bold leadership step into access and inclusion.
On a background of blue and black, in gold, AD Game Changer. Below, a stylized AD logo and a gold sound wave stretches from left to right. A commercial.
The villain stands in the rain watching a couple. The lights flicker and go out. Suddenly, the villain is inside their house. The couple runs screaming into the bedroom, locking the door. The villain searches for them while the woman picks up her phone.
I can't unlock my phone. What do you mean you can't unlock your phone? It doesn't recognize my face.
She's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I've been using Olay. It has totally transformed my skin. 28 days ago, I looked like that.
She points at a photo.
It's bananas. That's you.
The villain jumped on the bed.
Your skin's glowing. You could be a movie star.
Really?
I mean that.
No.
Hi, I'm Sam Lateef, P&G's company accessibility leader. Today, I'm wearing a cream headscarf, a purple jumper with silver rhinestones around the neck. Receiving this award is so personally rewarding, and it reaffirms my work to make our brand advertising and our corporate messages accessible to everyone. Here to accept the award with me is someone who has encouraged me every step of the way. He's opened many difficult doors. He's our lovely Chief Brand Officer, King of Advertising, Mark Pritchard.
Thank you, Sam, so much. Hello, everyone. I'm wearing a blue herringbone sport coat and a light blue dress shirt. I'm a Mexican German-American man, and I've been with P&G for 39 years. I have brown eyes and brown hair with some gray in it. Sam Lateef came to me several years ago and explained that when it comes to video content, including our advertising, the most empowering feature to enable equality for blind viewers is audio description. This is an important service that adds context by describing the visual scenes. Sam asked me to close my eyes and experience it for myself. I was overwhelmed and realized how important this service is. Yet, most content isn't accessible today. From there, P&G, together with ACB and other partners, embarked on a mission to bridge this gap. We're making progress, and we're not done yet, but we are deeply committed to enabling blind people to have the same privilege as everyone else when it comes to experiencing any form of video content. We are extremely honored and humbled to receive this recognition from ACB. It reinforces that what we are doing is much needed and both encourages and inspires us to relentlessly continue our efforts for broader accessibility and inclusion. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of the award recipients. So many champions working behind the scenes to expand audio description.
Thomas Reid, host, now in a black t-shirt, readmymind.com.
Perhaps this celebration today helped you realize or remind you, audio description has come a long way. It required a lot of advocacy and work for some dedicated people. You don't have to be blind or have low vision to enjoy or appreciate audio description. Unfortunately, we have to bring this party to an end, but the celebration doesn't have to stop here. Let's keep it going in our day-to-day conversations, whether in person or on social media. Follow at AD Awards Gala on both Instagram and Twitter to stay informed on future celebrations. Visit adawardsgala.org and check out all the ways you can support. If you appreciate AD, whether you're blind, have low vision, or not, talk to people about what audio description means to you. Share the things you like and don't like about AD. Many older blind people continue to believe that visual content is inaccessible to them because historically it was. Encourage another blind person to give it a try. Watch their reaction. Access is powerful. But audio description isn't just that. You heard from a variety of AD consumers, personal stories about how AD impacts their lives, relationships, education, representation.
ADAwardsGala.org.
Maybe this is your first time learning that audio description began with blind people and we continue to be involved on all levels. Be sure to share that, especially with young blind children, because that's empowering. Audio description is about more than entertainment. And I say that with my chest.
Thomas stands. On his shirt, audio description is more than entertainment. The AD logo, an A and a D followed by 3 curved lines.
I thank you for welcoming me into your home and allowing me to celebrate with you. By the way, you never offered me something to drink, which honestly is a little rude. I mean, I'm a guest in your home, for goodness sake. Big shout out to all of those who received awards. This is just the beginning. We know there's a lot of cool, innovative things happening with audio description that deserve recognition. I hope we'll be able to celebrate all of that in years to come. Sincere thanks to the American Council of the Blind and the Audio Description Project for inviting me to host this event. My name is Thomas Reid, and that's R to the E-I-D. Peace.
Thomas holds up the 2-finger peace sign, salutes, and smiles. Okay, his beard is luxurious.
Yes! That's good audio description.
He points forward with both hands. Credits, hosted by Thomas Reid. Special thanks goes to Gala Planning Committee, Will Butler, Dan Spoon, Kim Charlson, Carl Richardson, Joel Snyder, Maria Victoria Diaz, Matt Ader, Joe Strechay, John Kavanaugh, Paul Schroeder, Eric Bridges, Tony Stevens, Jennifer Flatt, Joe Lynn Bailey Page. Gala Awards Committee, Joel Snyder, Will Butler, Maria Victoria Diaz, Carl Richardson, Satana Howry, Diane Johnson, Roy Samuelson, Wendy Sapp, Margot Tone. Produced by Doug Rowland. Audio description voiced by Nefertiti Matos Olivares. Special thanks to the Audio Description Project's steering committee members. Additional thanks to ACB staff. With much thanks to our contributing partners and friends, Bridge Multimedia, Audio Description Associates, WGBH. Additional thanks to Bridge Multimedia and Woman of Her Word, Vitac. Learn more at adp.acb.org. A production of the American Council of the Blind, Alexandria, Virginia. Copyright 2021.
Hi everyone, I'm Blake Stadnick and I play Jack Damon on This Is Us. I'm absolutely thrilled to be joining you this evening. As a legally blind actor, I'm passionate about causes that make the arts and entertainment accessible to people with all disabilities. Just like the Pearsons and the big extended family that surrounds them tell a story of love and inclusion, we want our fans to feel included in the stories and experiences that they love. That's why NBC is proud to partner with the ACB to bring our fans events with audio description, including the upcoming Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Christmas at Rockefeller Center, and Annie Live this holiday season. We hope you enjoy.